Good morning. Welcome to my thought for the day. Here we are in Luke 23, verses 18 to 25. This is the passage in which we see described by Luke the attempts that Pilate made to release Jesus. 3 times he addressed the crowd, saying, firstly, it's in verse 13. You brought me this man who was perverting the people, and after examining him, I don't find him guilty of any of the charges, and neither did Herod, for he sent him back to us. Behold, nothing deserving death has been done by him. I will chastise him and release him. That was his first attempt, and they shouted at him, away with this man and release to us Barabbas. The custom was that they released one, the Pilate would release one criminal in honor of the Passover. And then he said again, he asked them again in verse 20, wanting to release Jesus, and they shouted, crucify him, crucify him. A third time he said to them, why, what evil has he done? I found in him no crime deserving death. I will chastise him and release him. But they were urgent, demanding with loud cries that he should be crucified. And he gave in to the crowd's demands and released Barabbas, who had been thrown into prison for insurrection and murder. But Jesus he delivered up to their will. So, my thought for the day really is 3 times Pilate tried to get Jesus released. 3 times. And then, because of his position as Roman governor, and because if the people went on to riot, he would be held accountable for it, for an insurrection that was happening, the very thing that they accused Jesus of starting a rebellion and perverting the people. The very thing that Barabbas had been accused of, is starting an insurrection, would happen if he did not give in to the crowd. So he did. He gave in to the crowd. But I was thinking how significant it is that it was 3 times. Peter denied Jesus 3 times. Pilate tried to release Jesus 3 times, and Jesus was crucified as one of 3. And on the 3rd day he rose again. There's a lot of 3s in this incredible account of what happened to Jesus. 3 is a very important number. We are body, soul and spirit, or mind and spirit. Body, mind and spirit, soul and spirit. God is Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. There's lots of 3s, aren't there? In our world, God, the Trinity, made the world reflecting him, his great glory, himself. And the other thought I had today was that no matter how evil we are, how bad we've been, the dreadful things we have done, Jesus is our substitute. Jesus died in the place of Barabbas, who was a murderer and a rebel, and who had led an insurrection. He was an evil man, Barabbas. But Jesus saved him. Jesus took his place, died in his place, just as he has died in our place, in my place, in your place. And there aren't many people that I know that are as evil as Barabbas was. So whatever it is that you have ever done that you would never tell any other soul about, Jesus died for you. Jesus paid the penalty for you. He took your place. He took the place of Barabbas. And there are many people, I think there have even been novels written about it, about the impact that this had on Barabbas. We don't have anything in the New Testament that tells us what happened to Barabbas. We don't know that he came to faith. He's not mentioned in any of the letters. He's not mentioned in the Acts of the Apostles as part of the church. But I do hope, I always hope, I've always hoped that somewhere along the line Barabbas would realise who Jesus was and turn to him for salvation. It's never too late. It's never too late to turn to Jesus for salvation. He stood in our place. He stood in the place of Barabbas. I think that's all I want to say, really. I think it's very profound that Jesus was exchanged for a criminal, a wicked, wicked man, and took his place, and the other man went free. And I hope he made good use of the life that Jesus gave back to him, just as Jesus gives us life, and we need to use our life for his glory and not waste it. I hope that Barabbas lived for Jesus as Jesus had died for him. It's my thought for the day. God bless you. Have a great day. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.